When I think about stability in yoga, I break it down into three main areas, and that's going to be our focus today in part 3 of Elevate. The first one is core, which is the powerhouse of your body and the bridge that connects your upper and lower body. The second is your hips, which play a huge role in how you stabilize and control movement, especially in standing and balancing postures. And the last is your shoulders, which are incredibly important since there is so much focus in Vinyasa yoga on shapes like plank, downward dog, and tabletop. Let's go over each area a little more in depth and cover what you need to know to feel more stable in any position. Let's start by looking at the core. When it comes to stability, it's not only about engaging your abs, it's also about knowing how to align your hips and pelvis in any position. First, let's talk about a neutral spine and pelvis. A simple way to think about neutral is your shoulders are lined up over your hips, your ribs are gently drawing down, and your pelvis is in the middle, so you're not overarching or rounding through your low back. What's interesting is that it's easier to come out of a neutral position than you think. For example, when you're lying down, a common pattern is to arch the lower back and compress the lumbar spine. Notice when I try to bicycle my legs without engaging properly in my core, my lower back is arching and my ribs are flaring. When I correctly engage my core, my back is supported against the mat and my ribs are in. So a helpful cue here is to think ribs in, low back down when doing any active work lying down. The same thing happens when we're standing. When standing without much awareness, 75 to 85% of people have an anterior pelvic tilt, causing their pelvis to tilt forward and increasing the curve of the lower back. So for many of us, finding neutral actually means a slight tuck of the pelvis, just enough to bring everything back into alignment. You can think about stacking your ribs over your hips and gently knitting the front of the body in. On the other hand, when you're seated, and especially in a seated forward fold, the tendency is often the opposite. We tilt the pelvis too far back, causing the spine to round, the core to disengage, and creating this overall slouched look to the body. This mirrors how we often sit in our day-to-day lives, a postural habit that can worsen with time. Notice how when I sit upright with my legs extended, it's easy to round back instead of lifting through the spine. If this happens for you in seated postures, it can be due to stiffness in other areas of your body like your hamstrings, so it's optimal to modify by bending your knees or using props. A good way to think about whether your pelvis is in a neutral position, whether seated or standing, is to imagine your pelvis being a bowl of water. If the bowl tilts forward and the water sloshes out the front, you're tilting forward. If the bowl tilts back and the water sloshes out the back, you're tilting backward. And neutral is simply the point where the bowl of water stays level in the center. It's not that one position is better than the other, it's just important to know when to tilt forward, when to tilt back, and when to stay in the middle. As a general rule, when you need stability, for example balancing on one leg in tree pose, you want the bowl to stay in the middle. When you fold forward in a seated fold, you want to tilt your pelvis forward, not back. And in back bends, instead of just dropping into the lower back, you want to learn how to stay supported. We'll talk more about that in another video. For now, keep this bowl of water analogy in mind because we will use it during our flow today. Note that this is all happening in the sagittal or front and back plane to avoid confusion with our second topic, which is about hip stability. So when we talk about hip stability, we're looking more at side-to-side control and a little bit of rotation. In many positions, especially balancing or single leg work, one of the biggest goals is to keep your hips level rather than letting one side hike up or drop down. Notice how in tree pose my hips are not level, my right hip is lifting way up, and that's throwing off my center of gravity, so I'm losing my balance more easily. When I level out my hips, even if I have to modify by bringing my foot down a bit, it recenters my whole body, so balance actually becomes easier. Another part of hip stability that's a bit more complex is understanding rotation, when the thigh is turning in or out and being able to control that rather than letting it happen passively. Notice how in this Warrior 3, my top leg thigh is rotating outward, and this opens my top hip, pulling it out of line. Whereas if I learn to control the rotation by turning my thigh in slightly, it actually levels my hips and brings me into a more stable position. So hip stability is about being aware of and controlling how your hips move so the rest of your body doesn't have to compensate. Our final discussion point is the shoulders, specifically in weight-bearing positions like plank and tabletop. One of the most helpful things here is to think about protraction of the scapula. This simply means pressing the floor away so your upper back is slightly rounded and active. This creates a much more stable base so you're not sinking into your shoulder joints. A good way to get familiar with this action is to practice something called scapular push-ups. From a tabletop position, keep your arms straight, relax your shoulders, and let your chest drop down towards the floor. It should feel like your shoulder blades are squeezing together behind you. Then push your hands down into the floor hard. Feel your shoulder blades sliding apart as you press your upper middle back up towards the ceiling. This is protraction. You can go back and forth a few times. Notice how the protracted position takes a little more strength and effort, but it's more stable, and that's what we want when we come into these weight-bearing shapes in practice. Scapular push-ups are a great way to build awareness of the positioning of your shoulders and can help you in building strength to hold that protracted position for longer. So when you think about stability in your practice, come back to these three areas: your core, your hips, and your shoulders. When they're all working together, your movement becomes more controlled, more efficient, and a lot more supported. Now we're going to apply everything we just talked about in today's flow. I do recommend 2 blocks or anything you can use to support your hands as we play around with stability in today's flow. So grab those and then meet me on your mat. Since today's class is all about stability, we'll start off in the most stable position you can be in, lying down on your back. And just planning ahead, blocks might be useful later, so set yourself up now by bringing your blocks to the top corners of your mat, one on either side for us to use later on. Then you can lie down in Shavasana with your arms and legs extended. Close your eyes down. Take a deep breath in to arrive, and a deep breath out. Feel the easy sense of stability coming from the support of the ground beneath you. Right now, you're supported and relaxed. You feel supported, but you don't have to exert yourself to feel that way. And today's practice is going to reflect this same idea. Stability, not in the sense of forcing and being rigid, but in learning how to support your body so movement feels controlled and intentional. Without stability, the body tends to compensate by shifting, collapsing, or relying on the wrong areas to do the work, which can feel harder. This practice is going to be a bit of a slow burn, especially in the beginning, as we focus on activating our bodies correctly. So we'll spend the first bit on the floor, going through some very slow and mindful drills to lock in your sense of stability. Then we'll pick it up a bit from there. Throughout the practice, you'll notice moments where things feel easy, as well as moments where things feel a little bit shaky. Those shaky moments are where we build stability. So don't shy away from them. Embrace what they have to teach you. Let's start simply and build from there. On your next inhale, take a full body stretch, reaching your arms overhead and all the way back, and stretching your legs long. As you exhale, bend your knees and hug them into your chest. Now release and place your feet on the mat. In our discussion, we talked about how stability in the core comes from your ability to keep your pelvis and spine in a stable position. So we're going to start with that and explore the positions of the pelvis with a drill called Roll the Marble. Make a diamond shape with your hands, index fingers and thumbs touching, and bring this shape to rest on your lower belly, bringing your awareness to this area. Imagine you have a marble in the center of this diamond shape, and we're going to roll that imaginary marble back and forth by tilting the pelvis, making sure not to lift your hips off the mat. So with your marble there, inhale, roll the imaginary marble forward towards your index fingers. Your lower back arches off the mat, but your tailbone stays grounded. As you exhale, do the opposite and roll your marble towards your thumbs, so your lower back flattens to the floor. Again, inhale, marble forward as you arch. Exhale, marble back as you tuck. When you inhale and roll it forward, we call this an anterior tilt of the pelvis. When you roll it back, we call it a posterior tilt. When we're doing work involving the core, this posterior tilt position tends to be more stable. So let's go one more rep here. Roll the marble to the front. And now come into that stable tucked position, rolling the marble to the back. Hold it there. Feel your lower back squishing against the floor. Reach your hands up to the sky, fingertips over the shoulders, and float your legs up into reclined tabletop, knees bent 90 degrees over your hips. Make sure you've still got stability in your core by maintaining that posterior tilt of your pelvis through this whole exercise. Without losing that, inhale, extend your right arm and leg out in opposite directions to hover off the mat. Exhale, draw it back into center. Other side, inhale, left arm and leg extend. Exhale, draw them in. Keep going like this, alternating sides every time. Even though your arms and legs are moving, keep your awareness on your pelvis and lower back. Keep your ribs tucked in, your lower back down, keeping the shape of your torso the same as just your limbs move. Notice how this feels a little more stable and intentional. This is true stability. You're not just moving, you're controlling from the center of your body. Let's go last one on the right. Reach it out. Exhale, draw it in. Last one on the left side. Now release your feet to the floor, hip width apart. Keep that same posterior tilt in your pelvis. Arms down by your sides, palms down. Keep your arms straight. Lift your hips up into a bridge, one vertebra at a time, articulating through your spine. Hold at the top, firming your glutes. Then reach your arms overhead so the backs of your hands touch the floor. Still tucking the pelvis, knit the front of your body together so your ribs are not popping out. Now slowly lower your hips back down, keeping your arms extended overhead. Once your hips touch down, bring your arms back down to your sides to reset. Let's do it again, this time with the breath. Exhale, tuck your pelvis and lift, pressing evenly through the feet. Without moving anything else, inhale and reach your arms overhead. Exhale, articulate your hips back down. And inhale, arms down by your sides to reset. Exhale, hips go up. Inhale, arms reach back. Exhale, hips come down. Inhale, arms come down. Once more, exhale, lift your pelvis. Inhale, reach your arms back. Be careful not to flare your ribs. Exhale, roll your spine back down. Big inhale as you bring your arms down. Now just lift your hips up into your bridge and hold. Make sure everything feels stable. Both of your hips are level. Notice how this feels. Stay lifted and shift more weight into your left foot. Now pick up your right foot, extending your leg up towards the sky. The goal here is to keep your hips completely steady in the center without letting them twist out to either side. If it feels wobbly at first, that's the work. Your body is learning to stabilize in this uneven stance. Inhale, flex your right foot. Exhale, cross your right ankle above your left knee, again without twisting the hips. I know it can feel a little meticulous, but this is how you create a smarter, stronger practice. Both hip bones pointing straight up towards the ceiling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently lower your hips down, keeping this 4 shape in your legs. Pick up your left foot, interlace your hands on the back of your thigh or over your left shin. Gently hug your shins in toward your chest, pressing down through your lower back and releasing the glutes. Let go, bring the sole of your left foot back to the floor, open your arms to the sides. Let your legs drop over to the left so the sole of your right foot touches the floor. Heavy your right shoulder blade to the mat and turn to look to the right. Resting passively for a moment in this twist before we take that work over to the other side. Let's come back to center. Uncross your legs, place the soles of your feet on the mat, arms by your sides, palms down. Tuck your pelvis under and lift your hips up like you're peeling a sticker off a page. Inhale, reach your arms back, same pattern. Exhale, arms stay, hips lower down. Inhale, hips stay, lower your arms down and reset. Again, exhale, tuck your tailbone under, lift your hips up. Feel the work in the backs of your legs, not your low back. Inhale, arms reach back, sides of the body lengthen. Exhale, lower your hips with control. Inhale, arms down. Let's go all the way through one more time. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Now exhale, lift your hips up, hold. Keep everything steady in the center, ground into your right foot. Extend your left leg to the sky for our single-legged bridge. Hips steady in the center, both of your hip points pointing up. Notice the wobble if it happens, without letting that discourage you. Maybe you even notice this side feels more or less strong than the other side. Slow work like this is great for exposing the places where you need a little more strength and stability. Inhale, flex your left foot. Exhale, make a 4 shape with your legs without twisting your hips out of line. Continue to drive down through your right heel. Deep breath in. As you exhale, gently come down. Draw your shins in toward your chest, holding onto the back of your right thigh or interlacing your fingers over your shin. Hug your legs in without forcing the stretch. You should feel the stretch coming from your hips rather than aggressively pulling with your arms or shoulders. Inhale here. Exhale, allow your hips to soften a little more. Release, move your arms out to the sides and let your legs go to the right as you look to the left. Feeling a sense of unwinding through the spine, this is your moment to reset, but stay lightly aware of how you're holding the shape. Now come back through center, uncross your legs, hug your knees into your chest, grab onto the backs of your thighs. Tuck your chin, curling yourself into a little ball. Begin to rock up and down along the length of your spine, feeling momentum building. Now roll up to the top, catch your balance on your sits bones, try to keep your feet floating in the air. Once you've found your balance, reach your arms forward for Navasana, boat pose. Draw your ribs in and keep your spine long. Remember when we did that roll the marble drill on the floor, how you tucked your pelvis under when you rolled the marble towards your thumbs? Try to do the same thing with your spine now and lift up from there. This is your starting point. Now inhale, slowly lean back, extend your legs forward. Only go as far as you can without collapsing. Exhale, use your core to retake your boat pose, bending your knees in towards your chest. Inhale, lower, hover at the bottom for a moment. It's not about how low you go, it's about how steady you are. Exhale, lift back up to boat. Just 2 more. Inhale, lower, hold at your edge. Exhale, lift, get tall through the spine. Last one. Inhale, maybe coming back a bit further. Exhale, as you come up this time, cross your shins in front of you and make your way forward onto hands and knees. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Let's start from here to bring some awareness into the shoulders. Make sure your arms are straight, keep your neck long, gaze down towards the mat. As you inhale, gently let your chest drop slightly to the floor, shoulder blades draw together behind you. Exhale, push the floor away with your hands, feel your shoulder blades spread apart. Inhale, chest comes down. It's a really small movement. Exhale, feel the shoulders engage as you press up and slightly round through the upper back. So these are the scapular push-ups we talked about in the discussion portion of today's class. Go for a few more, making sure to keep your arms straight and core steady as you move your shoulders. Inhale, soften your chest down. Exhale, press actively through the hands. Last one, then we hold. Inhale, soften. Exhale, push, 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 feeling how the shoulders are super active and super stable. This is what we want when we're doing a plank or a downward dog. It's a subtle difference, but this will help you bring so much more strength into your practice. So from this strengthened position, tuck your toes under, lift your knees to hover just off the mat. Nothing changes in the upper body. Keep pushing the floor away, don't lose that activation in your shoulders. The intensity will increase as we hold. Make sure you support yourself with your breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's lift the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Keep pressing firmly into your hands. Avoid collapsing in your shoulders now. Take a few breaths and settle into this shape. Feel length from your fingertips to your armpits, armpits to hip creases. You can take a gentle pedal out through the legs, but keep that same activation in your upper body. So you have to keep your awareness there. It's one of those things, as soon as you stop thinking about it, that's when you tend to collapse. Come back to stillness for another deep inhale. Now exhale, shift forward so your shoulders line up over your wrists for plank pose. Knit your ribs in. So now we've got stability work happening not just in the shoulders but also the core and hips. Your body is one long straight line from your head down to your heels. Let's add in some nice slow mountain climbers. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, draw your right knee in towards your chest. Inhale, step your right foot back. Exhale, draw your left knee in. Inhale, send it back. Keep going. Move slow like you're resisting the movement so you can ensure that your hips don't rock side to side. Keeping your center steady, imagine nothing but your leg is moving. Come back to a strong plank position, just a bit more of a push before we take a quick break. Walk your hands forward one handprint without changing anything else. Imagine you're hugging the front side of your body up and in toward the back side, almost creating a concave shape without piking your hips up. It's a little more challenging when we take the hands forward like this. Let's walk the hands forward one more handprint, so you're in this super tall hollow plank hold. Really focus on tucking your pelvis under to avoid arching your back. That's the work. Stay with me for your inhale. Now as you exhale, either both elbows or one at a time come down to the mat so you're in forearm plank. Everything in your body is still working even though we're not moving. So you're still not sinking into your shoulders. Keep them wide across your back. Now begin to walk your feet in and pike your hips up towards the ceiling for dolphin. Keep a slight bend in your knees if your hamstrings are feeling tight. Use the support in your shoulders the same way you did in our scapular push-ups, planks, and down dog. Press firmly through both elbows into the floor so your forehead doesn't sag down to the mat. You're almost there, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk your feet back a few inches until you can comfortably lower your knees to the floor. Sit your hips back to your heels, let your arms extend forward and relax your forehead to the mat. Notice the contrast between those super active shapes we were just in and the soft passiveness of this child's pose. The contrast between working and activating and softening and hanging out. Big difference, and sometimes a bit more tiring when we really do the work like that. But that's what it means to be more stable. Let's take one more deep breath in here. Exhale, let it go. And we'll continue, picking it up a notch now. Come forward to tabletop, core lightly engaged, hips over the knees. Inhale, reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, reach your right arm under your left. Inhale, reach back up, rotating through your upper back. Exhale, actively reach through without collapsing. Inhale, open. Exhale, rotate with control, keeping your hips steady. Once more, inhale, open. Exhale, this time thread it under and lower your right shoulder and cheek to the mat. Keep your left hand planted. Make sure your hips are still lined up over your knees so you feel super strong in this position. And then lift your left knee off the mat. Flex your foot and extend your leg, lifting it as high as you can without toppling over. Think about keeping your hip bones facing down. Notice if you try to lift your leg higher by turning your hip open, and instead keep it stable. Flex your left foot, keep all 5 toes pointing down toward the mat. Feel your left inner thigh rotating up towards the ceiling. It's a little more stable. Keep your leg there. Press down through your left palm, lift your right shoulder, and bring your right hand back down to the floor for 3-legged tabletop. Inhale, stretch back through your left leg and point your toes. Exhale, curl in from the center of your spine and drive your knee toward your nose. Inhale, leg reaches back, broaden your chest forward, slight back bend. Exhale, knee drives in, shoulders strong, keep your arms straight. Everything stays steady, 2 more. Last one, inhale. Exhale, draw your knee in using your core. Now inhale, re-extend, level your hips. Reach your right hand forward and find your balance. Bend your left knee, sweep your right arm back around to grab your left foot with your hand. Take your time getting there, no rush, tiger pose. Gently kick your foot into your hand and open across the front of your body. Can you find stability here without being too rigid? Sometimes if you try too hard and tense up, you become less stable. Think about a tree in a storm. If it becomes too rigid, it snaps, but if it has just enough flexibility, it can bend and sway but stay rooted at the same time. Release your foot, draw your left knee into your chest and step through to low lunge, grounding your left heel under your knee. Gaze forward, rise up, arms overhead as you inhale. Exhale, cactus your arms, opening your chest and bending your elbows. Stay right here as you breathe in. Exhale, keep this cactus shape and turn to your left, guiding your right elbow forward, left elbow back. Inhale, face forward. Exhale, rotate to your left. One more time, letting the twist come from your spine forward. Exhale, turn. Now inhale, come back through center. Bring your left hand down to your left foot, elbow inside of the knee. Extend your right arm to the sky. Pivot on your right knee so your shin is parallel to the short edge of your mat. Press your knee against your elbow, elbow against your knee as you reach up through your right hand. Start to lighten up your left fingertips. Circle your right hand to the back of the mat and extend your left leg pointing your toes. Reach your left hand overhead so your bicep is next to your ear. Stack your hips and shoulders, then float your left toes up off the mat. Keep pointing. Draw your left elbow and knee in towards each other. Then reach back out, lengthening as you inhale, keeping everything floating. Exhale, squeeze knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen and float. Keep your trunk steady as you move your limbs. Last one. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, lengthen. Lower your left foot to the floor. Bring both hands down and walk them towards the front of your mat, one on either side of your left shin, turning your right toes to the back of the mat for half split. Flex your left foot, draw your left hip crease back, and hug your inner thighs toward each other to level your hips. Find your balance, feel strong because we're about to come up. Lower body stays the same. Rise up and reach your arms overhead. Exhale, hands come to your lower back. Notice if your left hip hikes up, draw it back down in line with the right. Move slow. I know it feels a little unstable. You can add a back bend here, lifting your chest up and beginning to lean your shoulders back, lifting your gaze slightly. If it feels close, your right hand can come to your right heel and you can reach your left arm overhead. Keep this half split shape in your legs. Draw your hip crease back, spike your left heel into the floor. A stable base so you can comfortably come into your back bend. Return your hands to your hips, come back up to neutral. Bring your hands forward to frame your left foot and slide your right knee in beside your left heel. Tuck your chin, draw your forehead to your knee to counter the back bend we just did. Now plant your hands firmly on the floor, lift your hips, take a big step back with your right foot, tuck your toes, then your left, high plank. Press up out of your shoulders like the top of your scap push-up. Level off your hips and establish that straight line through your body. Inhale, lower down to hover in one straight line. Exhale, press back up to plank. Shift your weight to your left hand, reach your right hand up for a side plank. We should still be in a straight line. Come back to plank and let's do it again to the other side. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press the ground away. Open up to your side plank, this time right hand down, left hand up. Once more each side. Inhale, lower as far as you can without collapsing. Exhale, press up. Inhale, side plank, right hand up. Exhale, square off, high plank. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press. Inhale, left hand up, side plank. Exhale, high plank. Good job. Let's flow it out. Lower down again to hover. Knit your elbows in. Inhale, this time pull your chest forward and up for a back bend. Exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Then lower your knees down, tabletop, preparing for the other side. Inhale, reach your left arm up towards the ceiling, allow your chest to turn left. Exhale, thread it under, but keep your arm hovering. Inhale, reach and rotate. Exhale, thread it under. Inhale, reach. Exhale, thread the needle. One more time, lift and open up. Now as you reach under and through, this time lower your left shoulder to the mat. Keep your palm facing up. Make sure your head is resting down too, hips over your knees, and then we play around with balance. Lift your right knee, flex your right foot. Begin to extend your right leg without turning your hips out. Reach back through your right heel. Imagine rolling your right inner thigh towards the sky to keep your hips level. This is the work. Don't hold your breath. Take another slow inhale. Exhale. Straighten your leg if you can. Now keep your leg in the air. Come back up, placing your left hand back to the floor. Point your right toes, elongate your right leg as you allow your belly to dip slightly and shoulders to roll back. Exhale, curl in, draw your knee to your nose. Inhale, reach back, slight back bend, three-legged cow. Exhale, coil it in. 2 more. Now inhale, re-extend, level your hips. Reach your left hand forward, level your shoulders. Begin to bend your right knee, take your left arm back and grab your foot, beginning to kick your foot into your hand. This one can be tricky because the left shoulder often wants to collapse forward. So instead, let your shoulder be pulled onto your back. Keep your chest facing forward, right hand strong on the floor. Find that stability without being too rigid. This pose perfectly embodies what it means to practice equal parts effort and ease. Don't resist the wobble by locking out. Instead, let it show you how you can make this shape stronger. Now let it go without flinging your right foot out. Plant your left hand, then draw your right knee forward to your chest and step through to low lunge. Look forward, rise up as you inhale. Exhale, cactus your arms. Get really strong in your foundation. Imagine pulling the head of your right thigh bone back into its hip socket and draw your left hip forward to square off. Inhale, turn towards your right, keeping your cactus goalpost arms, and then come back through center. Again, turning to your right, only the upper body moving. Come back through center. One more time, turn to your right, keep your chest broad. Come back through center. Bring your right hand to your right foot, elbow inside of your knee for leverage, left hand reaches up to the sky. Pivot on your left shin so it's parallel to the back of your mat and you can open fully to the left, stacking left shoulder over right, left hip over right. Inhale, reach up more, start to lighten your right hand, and then circle your left hand to the back of the mat. Reach your right hand up to the sky. Straighten out your right leg and point your toes, then reach your arm all the way overhead, bicep beside your ear. Begin to hover your right foot, keeping your body stacked and stable to the side. As you exhale, drive your right elbow and knee towards each other for a climber, then inhale, lengthen and reach out. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, lengthen and hover. One more time, drive your elbow and knee in. Reach back out. Wonderful. Place your right foot down. Take your right hand down and walk towards the front, spinning your left toes to point towards the back, hands framing your right shin. Flex your right foot, pull your right hip crease to the back to level your hips. Again, strong foundation in the lower body before we take the hands off the floor. So keep your body in that same position as you come up. Reach your arms overhead. Traction your right heel to the back of the mat. Put your hands on your lower back into your imaginary back pockets. Slow and controlled, add your back bend. Shoulders can begin to lean back, slight tilt of your head, but keep your gaze towards the front. If it's available, bring your left hand to your left heel. Reach your right arm up. Grow into the shape. Hips forward, chest up. Feel this expansion across the front line of your body. Return your hands to your hips, neutral spine, then bring your hands down to either side of your right foot. Slide your left knee in beside your right heel and gently round forehead to knee, counter pose. Place your palms flat, lift your hips, step your left foot back, followed by the right, so again you're in plank pose. We've done this a few times now, so don't get apathetic just because we've been here before. Keep the same presence and energy. Push through the hands, tuck your navel up and in. Establish your straight line. There's a quote somewhere about a push-up being basically a moving plank. So you want to make sure you've got a strong plank, and then as you inhale, keep that alignment lowered down. Exhale, press up out of your shoulders. Right hand down, left hand up, open up to your side plank, then return to high plank and level off. 3 more. Inhale down,
Exhale up. Open up to your side plank, other side. Both hands down, high plank. Inhale, lower. Exhale, push. Open up to the side. Level hips and shoulders, high plank. Last one, stay with me. Lower down, big breath in. Big breath out as you press up. Open right hand to the sky. Come back to your plank. Perfect. From here we flow. Pull your chest forward and through to cobra or upward dog. Let your hips lead the way back and up to downward facing dog. Amazing. Lots of shoulder stability there. Let's take a moment. You can bring your knees down, knees and feet together, untuck your toes, and sit your hips back to your heels. Round forward over your thighs, rest your forehead on the floor, either keeping your arms extended forward, or you can bring them alongside your body and let your shoulders slump down. Come back to your breath, slow down for a moment, and soften. If you took your arms back, place your hands back to the top of your mat, grip into the floor, and pull yourself forward into tabletop. Tuck your toes, join me in downward dog. Look forward, step your feet up between your hands, forward fold. Keep your fingertips on the floor, or if you'd like, you can grab those blocks that have been waiting there for you and squat down, sinking your hips to your heels. Shift your weight slightly forward to your toes so your knees point forward rather than up. Try to align your thighs so they're parallel to the floor. Again, don't be afraid of a little wobbling. Use this as feedback to inform you where you need to shift a little bit. If your hips and knees are really flexy, try not to collapse down into it. Maintain a bit of space between hips and heels so your legs are really working. Then carefully lift your hands, bring them together in front of your chest in prayer position. Bring your upper body back slightly, stacking your shoulders over your hips. Exhale, lift your hips, drop your heels down, take your arms overhead for Utkatasana, chair pose. Shift your weight back into your heels, keep your hips low, chest lifted. Slowly put your weight into your left foot, keep your hips level, hover your right foot off the floor, keeping your knees level as well. Stay low in your standing leg, don't pop up. Steady inhale. Exhale, hands down to the blocks, take your right leg to the back of the mat. Tuck your toes under, look forward. Can you straighten your right leg and start to lighten your hands? Good, now rise up, keeping your left knee bent but lifting your torso. Feel the work through both legs evenly, no collapsing into your right knee. Reach back through your right heel, steady foundation. Inhale, lift your fingertips up a little higher. Exhale, hinge forward from your hips and airplane your arms back alongside your body. Keep your back legs straight. Again, inhale, rise and reach. Exhale, hinge forward, ground steady through your left heel. Inhale, reach. Last time coming up. Exhale, hinge forward and pause. Bring your hands back to your blocks on whatever height you need to keep a flat back. Now straighten out your right leg, lift it up to a standing L. Keep more weight in your left leg, just use your blocks for light support. This is another one where we sometimes create artificial height by opening the hips to the side. So flex your right foot and turn your toes to point down towards the floor, including your pinky toe. When you're ready, hands come off the blocks and back to that airplane position by your sides, keeping your hips aligned. Inhale, stay. Exhale, rise up, one-legged mountain. Draw your right knee up, reach your arms overhead. Retake your warrior three, dive your chest forward, reach your right leg back and sweep your arms back. Are your hips level? Rise up again, right knee bends in front of you. Once more, hinge forward from the hips. Then slowly rise up, staying strong through your left leg, hold. Left hand comes to your right knee, turn your chest to the right, extend your right hand to the back of your mat. Keep your hips steady and facing forward. This is balance with rotation. Your left foot, knee, and hip stay facing towards the front as you twist through the upper body. Try not to hike that right hip up. Level out your hips for 3, 2, 1. Back to center, arms up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Hook your right ankle above your left knee. Start to squat down. Your chest can come forward slightly. You may pause here, or you may bring your hands down to your blocks. If you have more space, you can fold all the way down. Start to bend your left knee, lower down all the way so your hips are hovering above your left heel. Look forward and bring your center of gravity back by drawing your shoulders back in line over your hips. You can walk your hands back. Try to level out your right knee with the left. Take a deep breath in and trust as you lift your hands off of your supports and draw them to prayer position. Lift tall through the top of your head. See if you can catch your balance for a deep breath in. Exhale, hands back down to the floor or to your blocks. Straighten your left leg. Unhook your right ankle. Put your right hand on your right hip. Extend your right leg all the way back. Flex your foot and turn your body to the right. So your toes will turn out to the side. Your right hip stacks over the left, half moon. Try to keep your right leg lifted at hip height. Roll your hips open so that right hip is pointing towards the side rather than down. It'll feel a little unstable. It's much harder to stack to the side than it is to turn your hip down. Trust your left leg to hold your weight. You can extend your right hand up towards the sky. Bend your left knee, bring your right foot down to the back of your mat and come up to Warrior 2, reaching your arms wide. Keep your hips open to the side, a wide, powerful stance, super strong and grounded after the instability of the last two poses. Enjoy it. Lean into that feeling of groundedness. Take a deep breath in. Soften your shoulders as you breathe out. Flip your left palm up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, windmill your hands down. Tuck your right toes. Step your left foot back, high plank. Lower with control as you breathe out. Pull yourself forward on your inhale for a back bend. Exhale, take it back to your downward facing dog. Take one more breath here. Gaze towards the front of your mat. Step your feet up between your hands, forward fold. Tent to your fingertips or grab your blocks and squat down, lifting your heels, pointing your knees forward. Find engagement through the legs as you hover, then draw your hands to heart center. You don't need to be perfectly still. Stay present, adjust as needed. Now for chair pose, lift your hips, ground your heels, scoop your arms forward and up. Put your weight back in your heels. Shift more weight into your right foot. Keep your hips and knees level. Play around with hovering your left foot off the floor. Keep your right knee just as bent as before, essentially coming into a one-legged chair pose. Now as you reach your hands down to your blocks, begin to reach your left foot towards the back of the mat. Tuck your left toes, straighten your left leg, but keep your hip facing forward. Begin to lift your chest, lighten up your hands, and when you're ready, hands come off the blocks, reach your arms up. Keep your pelvis upright. So remember how in our discussion we talked about imagining the pelvis as a bowl of water. You want to keep that bowl upright now so the water isn't spilling forward or back, it's level in the center. Keeping that bowl upright, bend deeper into your right knee. Now as you exhale, spill the bowl of water forward as you airplane your arms back and broaden your chest. Inhale, bring it back to upright, arms up, look forward. Exhale, dive your chest forward, sweep your arms back. Once more, inhale, rise up. Exhale, hinge forward and pause. Hands to the blocks. Flat back. Lift your left foot, flex, come into a standing L, keeping your left toes pointing down, left inner thigh gently rolling up towards the ceiling. When you're ready, hands come off the blocks, back to that airplane position so you're balancing only on your right foot, Warrior 3. Inhale, hold, get strong through your right leg. Exhale, rise up one-legged mountain, pull your left knee forward and through. Again, dive it forward, Warrior 3, lever your chest forward and left leg back. Then rise up, rooting down through your right foot. One more time, come through your Warrior 3. Rise up strong, hold. Right hand to your left knee or thigh, turn your chest to the left, reach your left hand back without twisting your hips. That imaginary bowl of water stays upright in the middle. Balance and rotate, look towards the back of your mat if you can, take a deep breath in, deep breath out, hold steady. Come back through center, arms up. Exhale, figure 4, hands to prayer, cross left ankle above your right knee. Shift your hips back, hinge forward slightly. Then you can bring your hands down to the blocks or to the floor. Begin to lower down more into a toe stand on your right toes. Start with your hands in front. Then as you begin to walk your hands back, shift your shoulders back in line over your hips. Level out your knees in front of you. Breathe and trust, bringing your hands to prayer, squeezing your inner thighs together. Imagine a string tied to the top of your head, pulling you up, up, up.
Gently bring your hands down, lift your hips, unhook your left ankle from the right thigh. Take your left hand to your left hip, extend your left leg to that L position, then turn your hips open to the left. You can keep your right hand on the floor for support. Half moon pose. Instead of hanging down from the shape, feel yourself hovering in it like you're suspended in space, like your body is weightless. Once you've found your center, extend your left hand to the sky. Bring your left foot down to the back of your mat, lunge into your right knee, and open your arms for Warrior 2. Enjoy the feeling of stability after all of that balancing on one leg. To keep your hips stable, imagine distributing your weight 50-50 between both legs, not dumping forward. Traction your feet apart from each other like you're trying to tear the mat apart underneath you to create even more stability in your thighs. Turn your right hand up, reach back as you exalt on the inhale. Exhale, windmill your hands to frame your right foot. Tuck your back toes and step back into your plank. Amazing. Let's take a quick flow. Lower down and hover. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale, return to down dog. Almost there. Take a deep breath to arrive. Look to the front of your mat. Step up to a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Feel length through your spine. Exhale, fold. Tuck your chin, slowly rise up to stand, reaching your fingertips up to the sky. And then rise up onto the balls of your feet, tiptoes. Legs straight to begin with, push your ankles towards the front of your mat, keep your shoulders stacked over your hips. Slowly bend your knees and begin to lower your hips down. Imagine sliding down a wall behind you so you don't collapse your chest forward. This is all about control, not speed. If anything, the slower you go, the more stability you're going to build. Slow down even more towards the end. Last 3, 2, 1. Hover in your toe stand. You can bring your hands to prayer, lean back slightly, tip your knees down, gently lower them to the floor. Keep your toes tucked, sit on top of your heels. You'll likely feel a big stretch through the arches of your feet and under your toes. Allow the sensation to build. If it starts to feel like too much, you can put your hands on your thighs and lean forward to take some weight off your feet. Instead of resisting the sensation building up here, soften around it, giving your feet a nice release after all the strong balancing work we did today. Now put your fingertips on the floor, lift your knees, point them up so you can drop your heels down, gently lowering yourself to a seat. Roll all the way down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Take a gentle rock side to side. Place your feet down, mat width apart, and open your arms to a T. Drop your knees side to side a few times in a windshield wiper action, keeping your shoulders relaxed on the floor. Allow yourself to begin to soften. After all the controlled work in today's practice, this is where you can finally let go. It's important to know when to use that stable, strong, powerful energy and when to surrender. Come back to the middle, hug your knees in, give yourself one final squeeze. Then release into your final rest, Shavasana, Arms and legs straight, head relaxed, eyes closed. Let your feet fall open, palms face up. Take a deep breath in by your nose. As you exhale, you can sigh it out by the mouth, fully releasing. You've just spent the last little while asking your body to be so precise, controlled, and aware. Now let all of that energy go. Release your shoulders, your jaw, the space between your eyebrows. You're supported now without effort. The difference between feeling stable and unstable isn't about forcing more. It's just about being more aware and understanding your body. Take some of the concepts from today forward into your next few practices and watch how it elevates how you approach yoga poses. You can redo this flow a few times if it helps you to integrate some of the concepts. Thank you again for joining me on this journey. I hope you learned something helpful today, and I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.